Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening. Am I audible to all of you? Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening. Uh, okay, I think I'm audible, guys. And welcome to the day two of our MLOps Foundation series. So today, I'll be discussing about Linux Foundation. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Adil. Hi. Thanks for joining the session. Mm, hmm, fine. Um, okay. So I think we can start, guys, because I can see most of the people have joined. And please try to join as soon as possible, okay, when my live starts. Yeah, hi Bisto, hi. Yeah, okay, so today's I'll be discussing about Linux Foundation for MLOps. Okay, so if you don't know why Linux is important for the MLOps, first of all I will give you the idea. Then we'll be discussing some Linux command you should know whenever, let's say, you are working in the production environment and all. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. DevOps Satya. Good evening. Great. Fine. So if you are new to my channel, guys, so please try to subscribe to the channel and try to support the channel, guys, and share it with your friends and family so that they can also get to know this kinds of session is going on. Okay. And let's hit the 3K subscriber as soon as possible. And yeah, I think supporting channel will give me more motivation. Okay, to bring these kinds of content. Great. So I'll open up my Blackboard, and first of all, let me write down the agenda. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Mala. Hi, Harish. Yeah. Thanks for joining, everyone. Yeah. So today is our day two. Okay, day two, and I'll be talking about Linux. So what is Linux, guys? I think you already know. Okay, Linux is nothing but it's a operating system. OS. Okay, it's an operating system. So Linux is having actually different distribution. Like it is having Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu. It is having CentOS. It is having Kali. Okay, it is having Alpine, so on. Okay, if you search about the internet, you will see this Linux is having different distribution. Got it? So all the distribution actually having their own, let's say, advantage, or let's say own functionality. So if I'm talking about Ubuntu, okay, Ubuntu, so this is more used in the data science industry. Okay, that means artificial intelligence industry. Okay, if I'm talking about Kali, it is most used in the hacking industry. Hacking, so if you're doing ethical hacking, okay, so these are the thing. That time Kali operating system you can use, because all the Kali related hacking related functionality it is already having inbuilt, okay, with that Kali operating system. Okay, you don't need to manually set up that. And whenever I'm talking about Ubuntu is also having actually so many configuration for the artificial intelligence, data science and all. Got it? Because see, not only artificial intelligence, even if you are doing any kinds of software development and all, so all the integration you will see in the Ubuntu. Because see, if I'm talking about AI, okay, MLOps AI, so what we usually do, guys, let's say if I'm talking about machine learning, okay, machine learning. So inside machine learning, which framework we use? I think you know we use something called scikit-learn. Okay, scikit-learn. Then if I'm talking about deep learning, okay, deep learning. In deep learning, which framework we use? I think you know we use something called TensorFlow, PyTorch, okay, and I think nowadays there are so many framework. I think also available in the market, but these two are actually more favorite. Okay, if I'm talking about, let's say, generative AI, okay, generative AI, we use something called LangChain, okay, Llama Index, okay, and so on. So likewise, in our data science actually domain, we are having different field like machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, okay, computer vision, and so on. So all kinds of, let's say, library, all kinds of framework. Okay, so it is optimized on the, okay, it is optimized on the Linux operating system. Okay, Linux operating system. Okay, because whenever any research are let's say coming in the market, any kinds of research are coming, so all the research have been implemented with the Linux operating system. That means whatever, let's say, framework, whatever package, let's say, researcher has creating, so they're testing on the Linux operating system, then they're publishing in the market. Then what people are doing, people are also optimizing on the Windows machine, okay, and our Mac machine, okay, and so on. But the root research actually came in the Linux operating system. Why? Because Linux is more powerful, okay, because it is a customizable operating system. You can customize everything here. But whenever I'm talking about Windows and Mac, you don't have the customization option. Some of the customization option you have, but entirely you can't customize this particular operating system. In case Linux is completely open source, okay, that means you can customize everything. Okay, inside Linux, the main things we usually use something called kernel. Okay, kernel. Okay, with the help of kernel, this Linux works, and you can even customize this kernel. It is also possible. If you go to the Google and search for Linux, let's say source code, it is already available for you. Okay, you can change anything inside the code. Okay, and that's why this Linux is getting more popular, because many people are coming here and they're contributing, they're adding new features here. Okay, so that's why it is getting more popular and it is more powerful whenever I'm talking about software development or data science, artificial intelligence, because all the frameworks, all the, let's say, software and toolkits are implementing with the help in the Linux operating system. Okay, that's why it is like more optimized. So let's see, we're doing the setup and all. So in Linux operating system, you won't be getting any kinds of error. Okay, but if I'm talking about Windows and Mac, mostly you will be getting an error. I think people have already faced, let's say, whenever we set up our let's say NVIDIA GPU, CUDA. Okay, in Windows machine, it's like very hard to install, so we have to do so many configuration. But when it comes to the Linux operating system, you don't need to do actually so many setups. So some of the command you can execute and it will install everything for you. Got it? Okay, so I think you can relate what I'm trying to say. Yes or no, guys? Got it? Yes. So that's why knowing Linux is super important, because what happens whenever we develop any kinds of product, let's say you have developed, okay, a project, let's say it's a ML project or like DL project you have implemented. Now what you have to do, guys, I think I showed you the entire MLOps life cycle. So your MLOps is not all about like model deployment. It's about end-to-end pipeline, end-to-end actually orchestration. Okay, so now let's say you have created the entire MLOps pipeline, and if your project people want to use, then what you have to do, definitely you have to deploy it. Yes or no? You have to deploy this particular application. If you're doing it, if you're deploying it, then other, let's say, user can access your application, because it would be hosted in a cloud and people can send the request to your application and they can get the response. But if you're not deploying, definitely people won't be able to access your application because it is running on your local host, right? So whenever we deploy, okay, whenever we deploy, let's say we deploy in a different cloud, let's say AWS cloud, we have GCP cloud, okay, we have Azure cloud, okay, then we have Alibaba cloud, different cloud we are having. Alibaba cloud is also there, right? So different cloud is having. So you can use any kinds of cloud to deploy your application. And this is our production server actually. Okay, this is our production server, because here your application is running in the production. But in the development phase, okay, whenever you are developing your application, it was in the development server only. That means in your local machine. Okay, but whenever you deploy this application to the cloud platform, it has become your production server, pod server. Got it, guys? And whenever you are working in the pod server, all the pod server, okay, whether it's a AWS, GCP, Azure, Alibaba, okay, there you have to take a virtual machine. Okay, virtual machine. And what is virtual machine? It's nothing but it's a computer only. It's a virtual computer only. It is having also RAM, okay, CPU, GPU, okay, everything it is having. Got it? That means whatever actually, let's say, hardware you are having in your actual computer, all kinds of hardware you'll be getting in the virtual machine as well, because at the end we have to execute this project in a computer, and this kinds of cloud provider will give you the computer interface, okay, virtual computer, so that you can execute your application there. Got it? So now all the, let's say, virtual machine you will be getting, most of the machine you will see people are using Linux based operating system, okay, Linux based operating system. So it is having actually Ubuntu, okay, CentOS, these are the operating system it is having. If you ask me, is there any Windows operating system? Yes, Windows image is also there. Windows operating system is also there in the cloud. But what happens whenever you take the Windows operating system? So by default, actually, it will be available as a image. Okay, it will be available as an image. Okay, what is image? I think whenever I'll be discussing about Docker, that time actually will be getting. Okay, so whether it's a, actually, let's say what kinds of image it is exactly. So most of the operating system you will see as an image. Now whenever I'm talking about Windows, okay, so Windows is a big actually image. That means if you want to, let's say, set up this window, it will take more space. That means it will take more cost for you. And again, when it comes to the setup, again you will face the difficulty, because I already showed you these are the packages optimized with the Linux operating system, not in the Windows operating system, because in Windows we set up this but in a harder way. That means we have to set up some more additional tool. Sometimes we also get the error, got it, if this package is getting updated now. But when it comes to the Linux operating system, we don't need to do it. So Linux by default takes care of everything, because I told you researchers are coming, researchers are actually bringing the research in the Linux operating system. That means all the packages are optimized with the Linux, got it? So that's why people preferred Linux operating system, okay, a lot in the production environment, got it? If you're deploying, if you're developing your project in the development environment, that time you can use anything. Let's say Windows, you can take Mac machine, it's completely fine. But whenever you are deploying this application, whenever you productionize this application, that time you have to work with the Linux operating system, got it? And definitely whenever you are using Linux operating system, you should know some Linux, okay, Linux command, because Linux is all about command, okay? With the help of command line, you have to take care everything. So there you won't be getting any kinds of user interface. Let's say here we are using Windows machine, so it is having user interface. So by clicking we can use the operating system, but there you are not going to get any kinds of user interface. You'll be getting one black terminal. Okay, so with the help of command, actually you have to take care everything. You have to set up everything. You have to create the folder. You have to delete the folder. You have to write the code. Okay, everything you have to do with the help of Linux terminal. Okay, so we have to know how to work with the terminal, okay, of the Linux. And for this we have to learn some of the command, okay, CMD command. So in this particular let's say session, I'm going to discuss some most used command of Linux, okay, which is used in the MLOps. That means whenever you are deploying your application, productionize your application, what are the commands you should know? I'll try to show all the commands, okay, inside this particular session. So this is the entire agenda. No, this is not a recorded session, this is a live, okay, live is going on. Yeah, hi, I can see your message. Okay, so now let me know guys, so far is it clear why Linux is important, why we have to learn the Linux? Let me know guys, please reply me in the chat quickly, all of you. So if you already have the Linux operating system installed in your laptop or computer, then it's completely fine. But if you don't have the Linux, I'll tell you, okay, how to, let's say, at least execute the command. Got it? So see what you can do. So you can go to the Microsoft Store if you're using Windows machine, all of you. So Windows is having also subsystem for subsystem WSL, Windows subsystem Linux. Okay, so let me show you WSL, Windows subsystem for Linux. So see, if you search for WSL, so you will get different operating system of the, let's say, Linux. See, Ubuntu is there. Now simply you can download from the, okay, you can download from the Microsoft Store. And once you download it, you will see this kinds of interface. So Ubuntu. Okay, so here we'll be using Ubuntu, okay, not any other operating system, not any other actually, let's say, variant of the Linux. Why Ubuntu? Because I already told you, it is mostly used in the software development or artificial intelligence, data science and all. So see, this is the, okay, terminal I got. So this is what my Linux terminal, guys, okay, and it is running on my Windows machine. So Windows actually gives you this particular functionality so that you can use, okay, Linux in your Windows machine with the help of WSL, okay, Windows subsystem for Linux. Got it? But here one issue actually will be getting all the commands you can execute here. Let's say all the Linux command you can't execute it here, but some of the command you can execute. Got it? But here we have to learn like the entire command, because we'll be working with the production server. So today I'm going to show you how we can open our production server, and there how we can execute all the command. Got it? Fine. But if you don't have that particular, let's say, because see, I'm going to use AWS for this AWS account. So if you have the AWS account, you can do it. Otherwise, you can do it with the help of WSL. Got it? Yeah. Fine. So let me close it because I'm not going to use the WSL. Okay. So what I will do, guys, I'll open up my AWS account. So if you have the AWS account, guys, you can open it up. So in the AWS account, here you have to search for EC2 machine. Okay. EC2 means, okay, EC2 machine, EC2 means it's a virtual machine. Okay. Virtual machine in cloud. That means it will give you actually different computers. So you have to take the Ubuntu instance from here. So let me show you how to launch the instance. So here you will get one button called launch instance. Now you can give the name. Let's say here I can give Linux test. Okay, you can give any name, it's up to you. Now you can see different machine are available. Amazon Linux is there. So this is another variant of the Linux. Mac OS is there. I told you, okay, all kinds of machine it is available, but we'll be using mostly Linux operating system. Okay, Ubuntu is there, and Ubuntu is nothing but it's Linux operating system. Then Windows is also there. Red Hat is also there. Red Hat it also you can say Linux version. Okay, then you can see SUS Linux is there, Debian is there. Okay, but we'll be using Ubuntu. Okay, because we are working in the software development or artificial intelligence. Got it? So let me select the Ubuntu. Now it is having different actually LTS version. Okay, now what you can do, you can take the latest LTS version 24.4.0.4. okay, this LTS version you can take, and here you can take the instance type. So what kinds of instance type you want to take, like how many like how much let's say GB memory or how much GB RAM you want to take. See, all the configuration is available. Let's say you need 2 GB VRAM, okay, like RAM, that time you can take T2 small. Let's say you need 4 GB RAM, at the time you can take T2 medium. Okay, let's say you need 8 GB RAM with 2 CPU, that time you can take T2 large. So it is having different actually machine configuration based on your requirement. Let's say you are doing very complex project, very big deep learning project, that time you need good CPU, good memory, that time you can take the large instance. Okay, so if you're taking the large instance, charge would be a little bit high, but if you're taking the smaller instance, charge would be a little bit low. So what I'll do, I'll take the T2 micro, because here I'm not deploying any project, I'll only show the command, and it is free tier eligible. Let's say if you have created the account newly, you will get $300 credit. Okay, in that credit you can use this particular service with a free of cost. Okay, you don't need to pay. So I'll take this T2 micro. Okay, T2 micro is fine for me. Now here you can create a key value pair. So here I can give, let's say, Linux test. So create the key value pair. Let's say you want to connect this machine with the help of different let's say a third-party tool. Let's say SSH client. Let's say Putty is there, Mobile Stream is there. That time you can use this one. But as of now, I'm not going to show you these are the tool. I'm going to directly open my terminal. Let me show you how to do it. Now here I will come here and I will select allow HTTP and HTTPS. Okay. And machine configuration, I'll take 8 GB memory, it's completely fine. Yeah, so I'll keep everything as default and I will launch the instance. Okay, that's it. Now see, my instance is getting created. Now see, it's running. Okay, if it is running, now go inside that. Now here you will see one button called connect. Okay, so let's connect my machine, and I will connect in the EC2 instance connect. Okay, that means it will open up one window. Okay, and it will give me the terminal. Let me show you. So from the AWS side, you will get the terminal. So see guys, I got the terminal. Okay, you can see this is the black terminal I got. Now let me zoom my screen a little bit. Yeah, so I think now it is visible, all of you. Let me know, is it visible guys? You can see Ubuntu instance I got, and if you can see the bash symbol, that means this is the bash terminal. Okay, in Linux we call it as a bash terminal. Got it? And this is the IP address, that means the machine I have launched, this is the IP address. Okay, so this IP address it is visible here. Got it? So this is actually what your production environment, guys. Here you have to work whenever you are doing the deployment, you are productionize your application. Here you have to work. Got it? Okay. Now we have to know how to operate this Linux, okay, with the help of some command. So today I'm going to show you some command, very important command, guys. Please try to note it down. You can note it down because it will help you a lot. Otherwise, I will also share the, let's say, all the command list, okay, after the session in my GitHub. But as of now, whatever command I'm going to show you, you can note it down as well. Fine. Okay. Now see, the first thing, whenever you are opening, okay, you are opening any kinds of, let's say, Linux terminal, because see, we have opened it as a newly, okay, in the cloud platform. So it will be completely new. So here I have to do some additional setup. Let's say I have to do some package manager setup and all. Okay, for this you have to update this particular machine. For this you can execute this command called sudo apt update. Okay, sudo apt update. Apt is a package manager, okay, inside Linux. So what I'm telling, sudo means this is a root permission. Okay, whenever, let's say, you are executing something with the administrator access. Okay, let's say if I open my Windows, okay, let's say I want to execute this Zoom app. So what I can do, I can run as administrator. Okay, administrator means I'm giving the full authority. Okay, so in Linux also, if you want to run anything in administration mode, that time you can use the sudo command. Okay, I'm telling sudo apt update. That means update my package manager. That means whatever, let's say, small things I need to operate this machine, try to update everything. Now see, if I hit enter, it will update. That means it will download everything from the internet. Okay, see, it is downloading everything from the internet and it is updating my machine. Got it? I think you know, whenever we, let's say, buy any Windows machine, so what we have to do, we have to update the Windows as well. Okay, we have to update, let's say, so many software and all. So the same thing we are doing. Now there is another command you can execute called this one. So let me clear. So clear is a command. If you are running writing clear means it is clearing the terminal. Okay, now this is another command, sudo apt get update. Okay, apt get is another package manager. Okay, apt is a package manager, apt get also is a package manager. Okay, now here I'm updating. Okay, done. Now again I'll clear. Got it? Fine. Now if you want to list down, let's say if you want to see like what are the folders and file you have in this directory, because this is your directory, okay, and you want to see how many folders and file we are having here. So you can execute this command, okay, ls, that means list down everything. Okay, see, if I execute, there is nothing. Okay, there is nothing, there is no folders and file, okay, available here. But if you want to see, because there are some hidden folder are available, if you want to see the hidden folder, that time you can just write ls -al, okay, ls-al. If you just execute, you will see that all the hidden files and folder, see, now it is available. See, these are the hidden file, it is available. And whenever it is a hidden file, so you will see this particular dot symbol. Okay, dot. So dot means it's a hidden file. Got it? Fine. Okay, now let me clear. So that's how actually you can check whether you are having any kinds of file and folder inside the directory or not. Got it? Fine. Now let's say initially I don't have any directory. Let's create a directory. Let's say you want to create a directory. So to create a directory, you have to use this command called mkdir. That means make a directory. Okay, now you have to give the directory name. Let's say I want to create a directory name. Let's say what I can give, let's say test. Okay, now see, if I execute, now this directory has created. Now if you want to check, just simply write the ls command. Now see, test is available. Okay, test is a folder. Okay, test is a folder. Now if I want to go inside this test folder, I have to write this command called cd. Okay, change directory to where test. Okay, if you just write te and press tab, it will auto complete. Okay, now see, if I execute, now you can see, guys, previously I was inside my root, now I'm inside the test folder. Okay, now if I again do ls, see, there is nothing. If you again do ls-al, okay, ls-al, see, there is nothing actually, it's completely empty. Okay, because this folder we have created newly, that's it. Okay. Now if I want to go back, let's say I want to go back again inside my root, so I can use this command cd space dot. Okay, now see, if I execute, now I'm inside my root folder. Again, if I do ls, now see, test is available. Okay, now let's say you want to delete this test. At that time, what you have to do, let's say I want to delete this folder, so that time you have to use this command called rmdir. Okay, rmdir, that means we want to delete the directory. Okay, So here you have to specify the name. Let's say I want to delete this particular test. Now see if I execute. Now if I do ls again, see it has been deleted. Got it? Now let's again create a directory because I need a directory here. So mkdir. I'll create a directory name buppy test. Okay, let's say this is the directory name. Now if I do the ls again, see this is available here. Just a minute. Fine. Okay. Now if you want to see in which directory you are working, okay, the complete directory. So if I show you in my Windows, so here I can see, okay, I'm inside this particular, let's say, directory, e slash buppy slash research MLOps slash, okay, this directory. But here it is not visible because it's not a user interface. Now if you want to check in which directory actually you are working, at that time you can use this command pwd, that means project working directory. Okay, now you can see I'm inside slash home slash ubuntu. Okay, by default this is the directory you will be getting inside Linux. Okay, this is your root directory. Got it? Now let's say I want to go inside this folder. Let's say buppy test. Okay, now again if I write pwd, now see I'm inside home slash ubuntu buppy test. Okay, now let's say you want to get back your previous, let's say, command you have executed. You don't need to write it. So what you have to do, you have to press up arrow key. Okay, from your keyboard just press up arrow key. See, it will suggest you this particular command. Okay, all the command you have executed, it is suggesting you. Okay, see, it is suggesting you. Now let's say I want to get back, I'll just write cd dot dot. That's it. Got it? Now let me clear. Okay, now let's say you want to create a file. So as of now we saw like how to create the folder. Now let's say you want to create a file. That time you can use this command called touch. Okay, touch, you can give the file name. Let's say I want to give buppy dot txt. Let's say this is the file. Now if I do the ls, you'll see that this file has created buppy.txt, and this is a folder. Now if I want to open this file and if I want to write something, that time you can use this particular command called vim. Vim is a text editor, okay, inside Linux. So just call vim, and let's say I want to open this buppy. Okay, buppy.txt. Now see if I execute, now see this file has been opened. Okay, now you can write here, but if you want to write, you have to press I mean insert mode. Now you are in insert mode. Now you can write something. Let's say here I can write something. Let's say I can write a code or anything I can write. Let's say hello, my name. Just a minute. Hello, buppy. Okay, anything you can write. Now once it is done, just a minute. Now once it is done, so how to save? So for this, you just need to press escape. Okay, escape button from the keyboard. Okay, now after that you have to write clone. Okay, clone w and q. Okay, clone w and q. That means you want to close it and you want to save it. Now see if I press enter, now it is done. Now if you want to see the content, you can use the cat command. So cat, let's say buppy.txt. Okay, now see, we have written hello inside buppy.txt. Now it is visible. Got it? So that's if you want to edit any file, you can do it with the help of vim. Okay, vim, and you can write something and you can close it. Okay, it is possible. Even you can also, like, let's say, do the Python code. Okay, so for this, let's say you want to create a Python file. So touch, let's say I'll give test.py. So Python file has created. Now if I show you, this is the Python file. Now let's say I want to open this file. I'll just use vim test.py. Okay, now I'll do the insert mode. Now here I can write any command code. Let's say print hello. Just a minute. It is getting hang. Just a minute, guys. Or you can just write it here. Print, let's say hello. I'll copy, and here you can paste it as well. So to paste it, just try to right click and paste. Okay, now it's there. Now press escape button and just write clone W key. Okay, now if I press enter, now it's done. Now if you want to see that, just write cat command test.py. Now see print hello is there. Now if you want to execute, just write python. Okay, so python command, so python 3 test.py. Okay, now see it is printing hello here. Okay, got it guys. Now let me clear it. Fine. So that's how we can edit anything. We can write something in a file. Any questions so far? Okay, so now we'll be learning how we can copy. Okay, how we can copy any file in another directory. Okay, so let me just do the ls operation. And you'll see that I am having different file. Let's say I want to copy this test.py inside buppy test. Okay, this folder, because inside buppy test, if I go to buppy test, see there is nothing. So if I do the ls, see it's completely empty. Okay, now let's say I want to copy this test.py file inside that particular folder. For this, I have to use one command called cp. Okay, cp means copy. Okay, what I want to copy, I want to copy test.py. Okay, where I want to copy, I want to copy inside buppy test. Okay, buppy test. Okay, in this directory. Now see if I execute. Now if I go inside this buppy test folder, now if I do the ls, now I'll see that this file has been copied. Okay, again if I go back, okay, and again if I do the ls operation, you'll see that this is also available here because we have done the copied operation. Okay, that's it, copied. Now let's say you want to move it. Okay, you want to move. Okay, move means it won't be available here. That time you can use the mb command. mb, I want to move test.py. Okay, where? In the buppy test folder. Okay, done. Now if I do the ls, see this test.py is not there, but if I go to the cd buppy test, okay, now if I do the ls again, you'll see that this file is replaced here. Okay, so that's how we can do the copy and move operation. All of you got it? hmm. Let's say you want to delete this file. That time you can use the rm command. Okay, rm, let's say I want to delete this file test.py. See, it has been deleted. Now if I do the ls, see it is not available here. Got it? Yes. So that's how you have to know some of the like very important command whenever you are working in the Linux operating system, because here you don't have any kinds of user interface. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, now let's say you want to learn about this ls. Okay, ls command, like I mean how to use this ls command. For this you can use manual. Okay, so it will show the manual of the ls command. So if I just write man ls, you'll see that it will show you so how this ls is working, all the description of the ls. Okay, from the Linux site. Okay, it's a guideline. Let's say you are completely new, you don't know how this ls work, how this cat works. That time you can open the manual, and if you want to quit it, so you can press the escape button, or you can just write press Ctrl C, or here you can just write press A is for the help and Q for the quit. I can help press Q. Okay, Q for the quit. Yeah. So man means manual. If you want to see any kinds of, let's say, manual for any kinds of command, you can use the man command that time. Okay. Yes. So now if you want to see the process view, that means whatever execution are happening in the machine, if you want to see all the, let's say in Windows, we have the task manager. Okay, in the task manager, we can see like the GPU uses, memory uses, okay, everything. So in Linux, how to show it? With the help of a stop command, you can do it. Okay, a stop. Now if I execute, see, it will show you the entire uses. That means whatever file is using which, let's say CPU, how much CPU it is using. Okay, everything it will show you. And if you want to close it, just press Ctrl C from the keyboard. It will close it for you. Got it? Okay. Fine. So now let me get back to the ls. Okay. Fine. Clear. Ls. Yeah. Now I'll be showing another actually very important command called cmod. Okay, chmod, chmod. Okay, what chmod does, I'll tell you. So if I just write chmod, mm, let's say if I execute it, chmod, okay, chmod, let's say puppy. If I just write ls, ch hyphen l. So now see, it is showing all the file permission. Okay, that means it is having some permission. Okay, like rwr. What does it mean? So for this, I will open one calculator, chmod calculator. See, with the help of this calculator, you can understand. Okay, so Linux is having three kinds of, let's say, user. One is the owner, one is the group, another one is the public. Okay, now you can see it is also having three permission. See, this one, and this one. That means these three actually permission: owner, group, and public. So by default, Linux is having the owner. Okay, owner is having read, write, and execute. Group, then we are having the group. You can also add any kinds of user in a group. You can also provide read, write, and execute. And even it is also having something called public. Okay, it is also having read, write, and execute. Okay, now it is having some code. Okay, you can see. Let's say I want to do read, write. Okay, now see, it is giving this particular code. Now if I do the execute, see, it is giving 700. Now if I show you this one, see, it is also showing you some of the code. No, code it will show you, it will show you this particular actually syntax. So here you can see rwr. That means this, the first one. Okay, the first one, this is the owner, and owner is having which permission? It is having, let's say if I'm talking about puppy.txt, it is having r and w. That means read and write. Okay, read and write. It doesn't have any kinds of execute permission. Now whenever I'm talking about group, okay, so group is having rw, that means read and write. And whenever I'm talking about public is only having read. Okay, read access. Okay, so that's how you can understand what particular access you are having. And this is actually a little bit bigger concept, this chmod. Okay, so in one video actually it's not possible to discuss this chmod. Okay, maybe we can have a dedicated session like how this permission marks and all. Okay, as of now, just try to remember, whenever you are creating any files and folder, it is having some certain permission. Okay, so this permission you can understand like that. Okay, it is having three actually sector, like owner, group, and public, and it is having three kinds of access: read, write, and execute. Read, write, and execute. Read, write, and execute. Okay, now let's say you want to assign your own permission. Let's say there's a puppy.txt. Okay, let's say I want to assign the administrator access. Okay, and what is the administrator access? Read, write, and execute. And what is the code? 700. Okay, now how to set it? So for this you can use this command chmod. Okay, 700. I want to give like the entire access. Okay, in which file? puppy.txt. Okay, now see, if I execute, now again if I do ls-l, now I'll see that puppy.txt is having read, write, and execute. Okay, that means the administrator access right now. Okay, that means the access we have given. Okay, got it, guys? How to pass the access and all. Got it? Yes. Fine. So now let me clear. Now we'll be learning how we can compress. Okay, how we can compress any file. Let's say if I do the ls, so here we are having, let's say I will create another file. Let's say touch puppy.txt. Let's say I'll create another file called test.py. Okay, now if I do again, now see, test.py and puppy.txt is available. Okay, now let's say I want to compress. Compress means zip operation. Okay, inside Linux we call it as tar. Okay, tar actually compression you can perform. For this you can use this command tar. Okay, tar cf. You can specify what are the files you want to make a tar. Let's say I want to perform on top of test.py. Okay, then I want to do buppy.txt. Okay, now if I execute, so now if I show you ls, now see, uh okay, so it has created test.py. Okay, sorry, I think this is my mistake. It should be test.py, not tas. Mm, just a minute. Okay, so I'm missing one parameter here. So you have to specify the compression file name. Okay, like in which file you want to store these are the files. So here let's say I want to do archive. Okay, archive.tar. Now if I execute, now if I show you, now see this tar file has created. Okay, archive.tar, and inside this file we are having these two file. Okay, we are having this two file. Now if you want to, let's say, untar it, for this you can use this command untar. I think untar, mostly untar archive dot tar. Okay, untar. Okay, it should be untar. Just a minute, I forget the command actually. How to untar. Use star x command to follow the frame. Okay, to a file linux you can use star command. Because there are so many commands, so sometimes it's not possible to remember all the commands. Or I can execute this one, let's say. Untar a file linux, use star hyphen xvf. Okay, so let's try this one. Star hyphen xvf. I want to enter archive this file. Okay, now see. Okay, it has been entered. That means whatever file you had inside that, now it is showing. Okay, now with the help of that you can also zip it. Okay, let's say you want to make a zip file, uh, like zip compression, you can also do it. So let me show you. For this you can use this particular command called zzip. Okay, zzip you can use. Okay, zzip. Now you can specify the file name, okay, and the file you want to zip. Okay, if you do it, it will perform the zip operation. Okay, that is, you can export by yourself. Okay, so now I'll show you some more command. Okay, let's say you want to see the user, so that time you can write this one, who am I. So it will show you are in the Ubuntu user. You can also create your own user. Okay, it is also possible. Let's say you want to create a user, that time you can write this one. Let's say user add. Let's say I want to create a user called Buppy. Permission denied. So for this I need to use the sudo. Okay, sudo user add Buppy. Now it is created. Now you want to let's say set the password. So I'll just write pass wd Buppy. Password, you may not view modify password information for Buppy. First of all, I want to go inside that one. So for this, you can use su buckp. Okay, now you can give the password. I'll give admin. Authentication failed. I think you can set the password. So how to set the password? I forget it actually. You can check over the Google. So if you want to set any password over the user, you can also do it. Okay, it is also possible. Now let's say you want to delete that user, so you can just write this command, user del. Okay, user del. Let's say I want to delete the bup user. Okay. Okay, I have to give the sudo permission. Sudo user del bup. Now see, this user has deleted. Okay, so user, it's not required. Okay, we don't create the user because whenever we deploy our application, we perform everything inside our root. Okay, root machine. So user, you don't need to create. It's not an important command. Got it? Okay. Now if you want to set the date and time, you can execute this command date. Okay, it will show you the date and time. Okay. Now again, if you want to echo anything, echo any message, that time you can use this echo command. Echo, let's say hello. I want to echo this particular message. See, echo is printing. Got it? Okay, so apart from that, let's say you want to see any content of any file. So that time you can use this head function. Let's say head. I want to see the content of buppy.txt. See, inside that we are having the hello only. Okay, let's say you are having so many line here, so many code. That time, let's say you want to see only the first few line of code. Okay, that time you can use this head. And if you want to see the last one, last few line of code, that time you can use the tell. Okay, tell buppy.txt. Okay, now see, only hello is there, that's why it's showing hello. Okay, but if you're adding like a code, it will show you the last actually some few line. Okay, yes, so these are some actually most used command. Okay, most used command of the Linux. Okay, yes. Yes, Praveen, you're right. Got it. So these are some most used command inside Linux. You have to know as a developer whenever you are working in the production environment. Okay, so apart from that, I haven't seen any kinds of work actually command people are using. But if you need it, simply you can go through the Google and you can search. You have chat GPT. Okay, everything you have. Only just try to mention, let's say I want to do this, I need a Linux command, it will do it for you. Okay. But these are the command you have to remember, guys. Okay, if you're working as a developer, if you're productionize your application, these are the command you have to know. Because going forward, I'll be using this Linux a lot if I want to deploy anything and all. So that time I will be using the Linux command. Okay, that's why I showed you this particular session. Okay, great. And all the command I will share with you. So what I will do, I will create a GitHub file. Okay, and in the description I will add that particular GitHub link, and all the command would be mentioned there. Got it? Yes. Now if you have any query, you can ask me, but before that, let me show you how we can terminate this instance. That's I created the instance. So how I can delete it, because if you're running it, it will charge you. Okay, so if you want to delete it, so first of all, close the terminal. Okay, and to delete it, just go to the EC2 again. You have been signed out. AWS console, sign in again. Just a minute. Let me give the password. He asking the verification code. Just a minute, guys. Okay, now I'll go to my instance. Now see, this instance I created. Now if I want to delete it, I'll select it, instance state, and terminate. Okay, terminate means you want to delete it. Now if I click here and terminate, so it will delete the instance. Okay, otherwise it will charge you. So every time whenever you are creating the instance, okay, you have to terminate it as well. Okay, but if you're doing it for the, let's say this WSL, you don't need to do it. Got it? Okay, so now it will take some time. After that, you will see that this instance would be deleted. Now see, it is deleted. Okay, there is nothing. So yes guys, this is all about our today's session, and I think you got it. Some of the Linux command, okay, very important command, and definitely it will help you a lot. Let me know if you have any query, otherwise I think I can end the session. Yeah, thank you Pavin, thank you. What is the difference between MLOps and LLMOps? In MLOps, we work with the machine learning, let's say, uh, application and model. In LLMOps, we'll use the large language model. Okay, large language model. This is called LLM ops operation. Okay, LLM operation. Okay, and there is a good news, guys. In the Udon, I'm coming up with a live MLOps batch. Okay, let me show you. So this is the batch, guys, MLOps Masters. So it is starting from 7 December 2024, Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. IST. Okay. So in this particular, let's say, course, I'll be covering each and everything you need to know to master about MLOps. Okay. That means whatever lifecycle I showed you, each and everything I have mentioned here, even we'll be also implementing some end-to-end project. Okay. So again, if you're interested, guys, you can check out this particular course, and it's like very affordable, only 2000 INR. Okay, so link would be given in the description. You can check it out, and if you're interested, simply you can enroll. Okay, so with that, I would like to end the session. So next session we'll be discussing any other topic inside MLOps. Okay, with that, thank you so much, guys. Bye everyone. Good night. Thank you. Bye.